Bridget Bartlett here. So today I'm going to go over the custom fields inside of HighLevel. If you've been following along, we've actually been working on a new series, the HighLevel overview, and we've actually gone through each of the tabs inside of HighLevel, and I've given you an overview of them, kind of a bird's eye overview, because I feel like if you understand all the moving parts of HighLevel and how it all works together, when it comes time to build your own system, you already have a general overview of all of the options so that you know what's possible when it comes time to build your system. One of the best things about HighLevel is the custom fields. Now, I did say yesterday I was going to talk about the custom values as well, but there's so many cool things about the custom fields and the custom values that I want to make sure that I give you an overview of each one. And I didn't want this video to be too incredibly long. So you'll see inside of the settings of HighLevel that we are here in the custom fields. And you'll see in this account all the custom fields listed here. So you may not see all of this in your account. This is just the custom fields that are created in this specific account. And before I go too deep into all of this, if you are not a HighLevel member, you can go to myvisionagency.com. You can actually join our reseller program, get access to our white label AI ads manager that you can rebrand and resell as your own inside of your HighLevel account. I do really only recommend this for experienced marketers and agency owners. If you're a beginner to software reselling, or if you already have HighLevel and you're on the SaaS plan already, you can actually join our program as a client here. So you can see the different options that we have available there by going to myvisionagency.com. So you'll see here inside of the custom fields, these are all the ones listed in this account. Like I said, if we wanted to add a folder, we could click here and add the folder, and you'll see folders here. Okay, so these are the default folders that come in everyone's account. And this is just a simple way of organizing all the fields. And I promise you'll understand what a field is and all of that stuff here in just a minute. So we have a list here. And if I did want to create a custom field, I could do that here. And I just want to choose the type of field I want to create. The answer, if I am asking a question and the answer is going to be just a single line of text, I want to choose this one. If the answer is going to be multiple lines of text, I want to choose this one so that it just gives more space. Then we have the text box list. Okay. Then we have the numbers, the phone numbers, monetary. So you want to choose what type of information do you want to gather in your custom field that you're going to create? Is it a drop down with a single option or multiple options? Do you want them to choose a radio option where they're going to select from a list and choose one? We also have check boxes. So that would be like if they're selecting multiple options. A date picker, obviously, they're picking a date. Do you want them to upload a file? You can choose that option. Or do you want them to sign? You can even choose that option as well. So you can create this custom field however you wish. Okay. So if I wanted to say, what is your phone number, which there is a default, I could just add the phone number field here and go click next. And then let's say that I wanted to, here, I wanted to say, what is your phone number? And then, of course, I want to add it to a group. Now, you'll see these groups are the same names as the folders up here. Okay. So I want to decide when I say, ask this question, what folder do I want to put this in, or groups as it calls? Okay. So maybe I want to put that in the contact folder there. I can also choose an objective. Is this a contact or an opportunity? I can also choose my placeholder. So what do I want this to say in the field? And then I can even pre-fill some values here. And I can even, I have some advanced options here, but I won't go too deep into all of that. If you know what this is, then you know how to use it. Okay, so don't worry about the things that you don't understand. Just know, again, this is where that option is. All right. So if I wanted to save this and create this field, I would just simply click save. And then if I was to search for this field, what is your phone number? Then I would be able to find that again. Okay, so what is your phone number? We have a contact. It's in this folder. And here is the actual custom value. So anytime I want to add this into any of my content, I'm going to use this custom value. Okay, now remember I said custom value, and we're going to talk more about that tomorrow. Okay, but this is basically just a code that's going to map out the answer of this question. All right. And then, of course, you can see the date that it was created. All right. So if I go over to folders now, maybe I want to create an additional folder. And in this folder, I want it to be like maybe onboarding. Okay. And then I can choose, do I want this to be contact or opportunity? I'm just going to choose contact and save. So now I have a brand new folder here. Now, what if I wanted to say, I want to go and let's say upload a file and I want to create a form that I'm going to have them fill out and I want them to add their logo. So, what is, or let's say, please upload your, of course, you want to spell it right. Please upload your logo. And I want to choose what folder I want this to be in. So I'm going to put it in the onboarding folder. And I want to choose now, since I'm asking them to upload a file, I can actually choose all of these options for their image that they're uploading or their file. Or I could choose specifically the PDF or a GIF or allow multiple files or any of these options here. Just for the sake of ease, I'll just say all and save. Okay. But it looks like that already exists, so that's fine. Okay, so let's put that in, okay, I don't wanna upload it again, okay? But that's how you would create that and put that in the folder, all right? Now what's cool is if I go into now my contacts, so let me just back all the way out of here so that you can see. So if I go to my list of contacts and let's say that Jane Doe has filled out my form that I put that custom field on, and I want to see Jane Doe's answer. Okay. Well, since I put that in the onboarding folder, it would be right here. Now, Jane Doe has not uploaded anything because it would be here, but you can see that I don't have that. If Jane Doe had filled anything out that's in the additional info, fields, all of those answers would be here. And then, of course, your general info, all of those answers would be here. So when you're creating custom fields and folders, you're actually building out and customizing your CRM. Now, why is this important? Because if Jane Doe contacts me and she's like, "Hey, I submitted my the onboarding form and it has my logo." I can just easily go here and I can see the logo. Okay. Or let's say that Jane Doe never filled out the form and she's like, "Hey, I can't figure out, what to do next." Then you can see here, you can easily see, okay, she has not submitted the onboarding. Of course, inside of the profile, there's a million and one other things. So I definitely encourage you to go back and watch all of the training I did specifically on contacts. But those custom fields are what's going to help you build all of this out. Now, I told you about the forms, right? So if I want to go into sites and I go to forms, this is how you're going to actually use those custom fields to get information. So here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on add form. And of course, I can choose from any of the templates available. And you'll see we have lots of really cool templates. Actually, let's just use this one here. Go ahead and continue. We'll add this template and we'll go ahead and use that in our in this training here. Okay. Now these are all like pre-built fields. Okay. But let's say that we have a new field that we wanted to add here. If I go to custom fields here, you'll see I have contacts, I have additional information. All right. Let's go ahead and let's add a custom field. So I'm going to click here to add a custom field. And again, just like I showed you in the settings, I can also add a custom field here. If I had already added the custom field and I wanted to pull it in, I would just come over here and choose contact or opportunity so that I can see all my options. And then I could choose the, like you can see here, we put that in contact. So I could choose this option because that's in my custom field that we created, the what is your phone number. Okay. And then, of course, if I had anything in the additional, I could change that. So let's say I wanted to add a custom field and let's just choose a checkbox option and next. And let's say, what is your experience level? And maybe here I want to say beginner. And let's add another one and let's say intermediate. And then let's say advanced. Okay. And save. We want to add it to a group. So let's say that's going to be, let's just put it in onboarding and let's click save. Okay, so now we have created our own custom field, and you'll see since we put it in the onboarding and we didn't actually have anything in that, it didn't show up. But now that we've created that custom field and we have put it in the onboarding folder, now that appears here and we see our custom field. So I can use this now by just dragging that into my form and then, let's see here. Okay, I don't know why that's not showing up. Let's go back. Things happen live. You guys know how it is. Okay, so let's just create a form here from scratch and let's go in here and grab that custom field and let's go ahead and add that here. So now you see what is your experience level. And of course, if I was to preview this form, so let's go ahead and preview, then you'll see they have the ability to check these boxes. Okay. Now, if I didn't want them, if I just wanted them to choose one of the answers, I should have used a radio box, but a checkbox will allow you to choose multiple. Okay, so a radio box would allow them to just select one. Okay, so that would have actually been the correct choice to use in this case. All right, so now we are building out those custom fields. We are creating folders that we're going to store those custom fields into, and we can add these custom fields to our form. Okay. Now, when that gets submitted, just to follow the customer journey, we're going to put that form on our website. Okay. Now, when the form gets filled out, of course, the contact goes into our contact area. And then if we want to see the answers, we can easily come in here. And then you'll see when I go down to onboarding, if this person had filled out that form and added something there, it would show up. So let's actually just test this. Okay. Let's go to the builder and let's choose that. I don't even know let's see which one it was that I just did today. Okay, so this one. All right, so now we have our form here. So let's go ahead. I'm going to click integrate and I'm just going to open up this form and let's just fill this out. So we're going to do Jane Doe and let's say our phone number is this. And let's put if you guys are ever testing, I like to use a Gmail and then here's the real email address, okay? And then which don't email us, I don't monitor it, but I'm gonna put a plus sign there, and then I'm gonna say Jane Doe, and let's just say 45. Okay. So when I do my tests, I like to use Jane Doe, and then that way I can just search for Jane Doe and then delete all of the emails that I've used. So let's go ahead and check this box and make sure we're going to choose beginner here. And let's go ahead and submit that button. So it says, thank you for completing the form. So now let's go back and let's look in our contacts here. And you'll see Jane Doe that we just entered. And if I open up the profile and I scroll down to the onboarding, we should have our answer there. Let's refresh here. I do see lots of you guys in the chat today. Thanks for joining. Okay. All right. So there we go. I just had to refresh. So now you see in the onboarding tab, what is your experience level? And you can see that Jane Doe, when she submitted this form, that she chose beginner. Okay. You can also, if you go into the sites section and you go into the forms, you can choose submission and you can also see what Jane Doe submitted there. And you can even export that if you need to. Okay. So this is really good, especially for like compliance reasons. You want to show all the submissions of the form. Okay. You could also, if I wanted to select all of these, I could download all of the different submissions for this specific form. And if I wanted to analyze the data from the form, I could do that here. Okay, so lots of really cool things that we can do with those custom fields. Now, tomorrow, I want to show you about custom values, which you can see are very similar. But, oh, there's one thing I cannot go past this training without showing you this. Okay, in the automations, this is the cool part. I cannot believe I almost didn't show you this. What's cool about those custom fields is inside of your workflows, you have the option, of course, you can create a trigger. So let's say that when someone fills out a form, fills out a form, and I'm not going to choose a form, but let's say that they fill out that first form and it's asking them for information. Okay. And then we have another form and we want them to, let's say that the first form they're asking, since we use that as an example, we're asking their experience level. Okay. Now, what if they fill out that form at the beginning of our, coaching program or something, and then we have another form that we want them to fill out when they have ended the coaching program or ended our course or whatever, and we ask them the same question. And let's say that the answer to that question we want to be updated in their profile. So maybe they're a beginner at the very beginning of the course or whatever, and then they become advanced and we want to update their profile. So what you can do is choose this option here, update contact field. And then you can choose the field that was created. Okay, so if I go down to custom fields now, you'll see, of course, I have to dig for it. What is your, let's see, experience? Okay, so you can just search what is your experience level, and we can choose one of the options here. Okay, so what do we want to update that? Now, this was kind of a kooky example to use for this. Definitely should have thought that out ahead of time. But you can see the point here is what we're trying to do is create these fields of information that we need from the customer. And then we want the ability to add those custom fields to their profile, and then the ability to go ahead and update those custom fields as well. Okay. So that's really the premise and the basis of the custom fields and how you want to utilize them. Okay. So tomorrow, like I said, we're going to talk more about the custom values, and I'm going to show you how you can put those in your email campaigns, and you can, of course, update those, and you can even add them to your websites and all of that. So thank you all so much for joining me. Remember, if you do want more information about custom fields, you can go to help.myvisionagency.com and check out my knowledge base there. Just search custom fields. And if you're not a member of our program, you could go to myvisionagency.com and choose the plan that works for you. Thank you all so much for joining me, and I will see you tomorrow. Same time, same place. Go make your vision a reality. Bye. For joining us for today's training. If you have any questions, you can join us for open office hours starting right now at bridgetbartlett.com. It's free and open to everyone.